Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing this evening? This is Rhyana from Plan Wholesome Empowerment Group, and I'm back again today with another live session in response to the power of seven. So today we are joined by the beautiful and super talented Kemi Sulola. So Kemi is a singer, songwriter, creative artist, and all-round musician. So I was just speaking to her. She was playing on her piano. So yeah, you're in for a real treat today. So I'm going to bring her on in just a few minutes. But before I do, I'm going to tell you a bit more about the power of seven. So the power of seven, I'm just going to also put my phone on silent. The power of seven is a well-being guide. So we've created the power of seven because there's so many different references to the power of seven in the world, in the universe, in society. We wanted to bring it more to light, more attention to it. So there's references in regards to 7 days of the week. There's references to the seven chakras in your body. There's references to the way that you're able to memorize certain things. Seven is a powerful number in recall. Can't get my words out. In recall and recollection. So today we're going to be looking at how we've developed the power of seven in regards to the tasks that we've set in the guide to enable you to support yourself to develop a all-rounded ultimate well-being toolkit. And one aspect of that is what we're going to be talking about today with the beautiful Kemi Sulola, all in the love of music. So if you know me, you know how much music has played a big part in my life, and I feel that Kemi has kind of mirrored that in her music. So I'm going to bring her on and I'm going to allow her to grace the platform. So bear with me while I invite Miss Kemi Sulola. Plans live. I'm just waiting for her to join. I'm actually for you today, and oh, I don't know what happened there. Let's try again. So for you, well, I should say Kemi's got a bit of a treat for you. So fingers crossed. Let's try and invite her again. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Let's try. Yes, third time lucky.
Hey, you know what? I think the screen recording wasn't allowing me to join the live and screen record.
That's fine. Fine.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
You know what? I'm good. The sun is out by the window. I'm feeling refreshed. So, yeah. How are you?
Amazing. So obviously when I spoke to you earlier on, I was like, yeah, I want to go for a quick walk with my son and just relax.
Yeah.
And got back and I was like, oh my God, look at the time. I've got to get ready.
Time goes so quickly these days. Mad.
You don't even realize. So I'm so happy to have you here today, speaking all about music and how it has helped you in your journey. And I haven't told everyone yet, but I know that you're going to give us a lovely little treat towards the end. Right.
Thank you.
So, Kemi, first of all, before we dig in, do you want to tell the viewers just a little bit about yourself, your background, and a little bit about your music?
Yeah, so hey everyone, my name is Kemi Sulola. I'm from East London, and yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter. I've always grown up around music and being part of choirs or singing with friends, and yeah, as time went on, I just started writing songs more, and I just thought, you know, I can try and do this as a solo artist myself. So since that time, which I won't say because I won't give away my age, but it was a while ago. But yeah, since then I've just been trying to create and you know, just getting my music out there, getting my message out there, and it's mainly soul, R&B, but obviously influences of reggae and gospel and jazz, because you know those are all the types of music that I grew up on. So yeah, that's a little summary of me.
Yes, lovely. And even with the genres that you were speaking about, I myself, as a Caribbean girl, I grew up with a lot of R&B, a lot of reggae, a lot of
yeah.
Bashman even, and it was all of those musical influences that really helped nourish my writing, singing. So tell me a little bit about because I was looking at your Instagram feed actually, and you posted something recently. It was a reggae vibe. I can't remember what song it was, but it sung to me. It was a lover's song. Tell me a bit about how you did that.
Yeah, so that was Lovers Rock. My parents basically, they're actually from Nigeria, but they grew up here when they were younger, and a lot of their friends and the culture around was Caribbean music. So my dad used to DJ a lot of Lovers Rock. So he's got loads of records that he play at home, and it's just the music. Like whenever I hear reggae, it just gives me good vibes, gives me good energy, makes me think of like my childhood and stuff. So there's a friend of mine, a wonderful artist called Tashay, and she was hosting a night at the Troy Bar. And so I just went along one time and I sang. That song was Louise DeMarc's Keep It Like It Is, one of my favourite songs. And yeah, I just sang it with the band and it was just a good vibe. So especially recently we've been, I don't know if you watched the Beanie Man and Bounty Killer versus.
I didn't
Yeah,
watch
that was really good. And this guy, again, so again, you didn't get to watch it.
I didn't get to watch it, but I've got it for replay.
And I know that, but it was just fun. It just brought the energy again. And so I just thought, oh, let me just repost that. Obviously, that's more dancehall and it's more reggae, but it's from the same culture. So it was just fun to like, I thought, oh, let me just post that again. But yeah, that's definitely a genre of music I want to do more of. And I'm actually got something special on that type of style as well that I'll be sharing soon. So yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I'll kind of delve into how we met as well, because I think that's kind of a special story. Because that's what kind of drew me towards you. So it was roughly, well, just over a year ago now that I've known you. We met at Luna Lounge, Luna Bar, Luna Lounge.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that drew me towards you was just the inspirational words, first of all, but you just had such a kind soul. And then when I started hearing your story and then started following you and seeing everything that you was doing in regards to your music, and even just your own personal life experiences, I felt like I grew to know you without knowing you, per se.
Yeah.
And I know that you've had a few troubles with like your health and things. So I just wanted to kind of ask you, particularly that night, because I know you came out of hospital and you came to perform specifically for that. That's how dedicated you were. And that's probably where, oh my God, you're actually amazing. Like you've managed to come out, kill it, go back and still supporting, sharing and doing your thing. So how did you manage to do that? Like, yeah.
Do you know, when I look back now, I actually think that was actually kind of mad, because the state I was in at that time was just a bit like kind of out of my control. I wasn't very strong, and I was like, I'd never been, like my whole life I've always been very healthy. I've never been in hospital before like that, so it was very new to me. And I remember obviously I made that I said I was going to perform ages ago, and then when it came to that stage, it was very unexpected, and I was like, I didn't want to cancel. I still wanted to go. So I don't know, I managed to plead with my doctors, and they were like, okay, you can go, but you have to come back. And I remember I still had like you know, when you have the injection, the Caliana in your arm, I still had that in. I couldn't really walk well, but I had to cover it with my outfit. And then luckily my brother dropped me back to the hospital, and then I had to like, you know, get back into with my ID and take my wear the, you know, the, what's it called, the hospital gear and all that stuff. And it was really weird, but I felt like I really needed it at that time, because like music was all I had, and I felt like if I cancelled everything, then I don't know, it just felt like a part of me would just be going with that. So I didn't want to let the event down, and I just didn't want to disconnect myself from, you know, what I love to do. So yeah, when I look back now, that was a bit of a mad thing, but I actually really needed it at the time. And then I met you there and the other acts, and it was just like the whole vibe. It was quite an intimate show, wasn't it? And it was just, like, I had a friend of mine that came, and a couple family members, and an old school friend that I hadn't met in years. So it was just a lovely experience, and it's something I think if I didn't go to that show, I don't even know where I'd be now, because I think it just kept me going and gave me energy. It's like, okay, once this is over, we can get back to it again. So yeah, I really needed that.
Yeah, and that's what I find with music. I find, particularly for myself, I need something to keep me going. So even when it comes to like morning time, I have specific songs that I play. I've got like, I've even updated my I call it my happiness playlist. So I've literally developed it so much so that I just keep it on repeat, and it's like a morning ritual to me now. So that's kind of what I incorporated into the Power of 7. So speaking from experience, I picked out my own 7 personal favourite songs. What would you pick for your top 7 favourite songs, if you could? I know it's really hard.
Yes, that is a very, very hard question. I'm going to try and think it definitely have Stevie Wonder in there. I love Stevie Wonder. I think he's just like his songs are just move me so much. It's definitely gonna have a Stevie song. Let me think of one. There's a song of his that's it's called "I Gotta Have a Song."
A song
I don't know
or
if you know that one. Oh, you know the song of Stevie Wonder. It's called "Gotta Have a Song."
Oh, okay,
That's the name of the song, and that's one of like my most beautiful, like favorite songs ever. Maybe "Human Nature" by Michael Jackson. I love that song as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Solange, so maybe one of her songs in there. I don't even know which one.
I would pick
maybe "Cranes in the Sky."
Cranes in the Sky.
Yeah, "Cranes in the Sky" will go there. Do you know what? There's so many other more, but those three came to my head at first. I have to think of like the other ones. I don't want to waste the whole time thinking of it, but yeah. What's in your list? Like one of your songs in your list?
Ooh, okay. I've recently just been listening to Snow Allegra. I think I'm pronouncing her name right.
Oh yeah. I think I know her.
Voice.
What's the song that? I can't remember the
song, but the melody, it's like it runs from the top of my head to the bottom of my toes.
Yeah, she's a beautiful singer.
I've got Ravina. I don't know if you know Ravina. She's an American artist. She's Pakistani, but she's got a heavenly voice as well, and she's got like a 70s vibe about her, but it's still very soul but spacey. She's got a sound. So one of her songs is called Stronger, and I could play that on repeat. And anyone that knows 100% Erica, On and On, that's always plays first.
Yeah, that's on the list too.
So tell me a little bit about what role has music played, like in such, if you were to try and rate on a scale of 1 to 10, how impactful has music been on your life?
Sure, definitely I would say 10. I know it sounds like I don't want to be over the top, but for real, it's always been like just within me, and it's always been the driving force for whatever I needed to do. Like as I said, when I was in hospital, it gave me that strength. I remember one time there was a guy that used to come around to all the wards and who played guitar, and one time he started playing a Stevie Wonder song, and I started singing with him, and I was just like lying in the bed, and there were people like the nurses going back and forth, and everyone. You know, the other patients sitting in their rooms, but I was just singing like it was my own concert. And again, that just gave me the strength and the joy. And also in a spiritual sense as well, like I'm a Christian, and, you know, worship is a big part of, you know, my faith. And sometimes I said in the morning, if I've had a hard day, I can just listen to a song and it can just lift my spirit. So that's another, you know, form of how music is related to me. And I think also as well, like, I keep relating it to pains, but also good moments as well. Just, you know, when you're in the sun and you just need something to make you feel nice and light, you know, any type of music always does that for me. So it's always been, you know, a strong, and even as I said, my parents always used to play their records around. My brothers, they listen to a lot of hip hop and soul. So it's always been around me. I feel like in our culture, you know, within Black culture, I'd say like music is, you don't need much, you know, like if you look, even again, going back to verses and all those battles, you know, you didn't need much. You just sit in your home and just listen to the songs, and that's all you needed. Do you know what I mean? So it's very important for me, very important.
True. I find music such a powerful tool to push you into or away from certain emotions. And I remember particularly when, because I know when we performed at Luna Lounge, there was one particular song that you referenced in regards to my son that I wrote, Raising a King.
I still remember that. Yeah.
So
that song was beautiful.
Thinking back to that time when I wrote the song, I was going for a really, really tough time. And I know that for my personal sake, it was something that I needed to remind myself that, you know, you are going to overcome. This is something that's like, it's like a visual aspect of the future, but in words and music for me. So I don't know, when it comes to music and, you know, looking at the sad times of it, how best do you find yourself propelling yourself, like the speed, and I don't even know what I'm trying to ask here.
No, keep going. Okay, I'll get you in.
So I don't know, with me, I find that like the healing process, when I listen to certain types of music, it allows me to propel into a positive emotion quicker. What do you what's for that? What do you think?
No, I agree. I feel like, as I said, music can really, even if you just think when you're a baby, what's the first song that most kids learn? ABC. It's not
Yeah.
just ABC, it's in the melody, isn't it? It's like ABC. You know, you remember the melody, and it just has that a deeper meaning with the sound and the words. And I don't know, yeah, you can be like in one state and then you can listen to the song and it can completely change your mindset. It just triggers something within you. So I don't know if that's in line with what you're asking me, but
No, it is.
yeah,
I don't know.
it takes me to that other state.
My words left my mind. So yeah, you
No,
did
that's
answer.
fine, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh god. And tell us a little bit about your songwriting process, actually, because I know you write your own music as well. And as
Yeah.
again, from a songwriter, I understand the importance of intellectual property and it guiding your emotions. So tell me a bit about the process, what kind of things you look to for inspiration when you're writing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I would say I'm like, when it comes to songwriting, I'm very much melody based. So like, if someone sends me a beat or something comes, it will be the melody first, and the words are usually like gibberish, or I might have a topic, but I don't really know exactly what I want to say. But then I'll go back to that melody, and then I'll fit the words into the melody. And I don't know, I just usually prefer to write that way because I feel like I'm more led by the feeling, and feeling is so important to me. Like when I'm listening to something, because you can have all the smart, fancy words, but if you don't have the feeling and the emotion there, the song is nothing. But sometimes songs like, I don't know, I was thinking Michael Jackson, some of the lyrics he says, sometimes they don't even make sense. Like when he's like, I'm a vegetable, like, what is that? But the way he says it, you feel it, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, so for me, with the songwriting process, sometimes, you know, it's weird, melodies can just come out of nowhere, which is one of the things that why I say music is spiritual, because I don't necessarily need a theme or something, a conversation for the song or the theme of the song to come out. It just comes out of nowhere. It's bigger than me sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Do you have that? Sometimes you'll be sitting down and a song will come in your head out of nowhere. You're like, where'd that come from? Do you know what I mean? So that's one of the most amazing things about songwriting.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again?
Especially with those kind of epiphany moments, I feel like that is something, it needs to come out of me. And I can write it in like 10, 15 minutes and it's done. I'll put it to the side and be content with it. It's like, it just needs to burst out of me.
Needs to come out, yeah.
Totally.
But having said that, sometimes though, it's weird, like, I can't force it. So sometimes I'm sure you have this as well. You have a song, you've written like the verse and chorus, and then like 6 months later, you finish the song. And it's weird like that. Or sometimes you need, like for example, my recent song, Raindrops, I actually wrote it ages ago, but then only what I went through with my condition, only then that's when the song really became real, and that's when I really needed to release it. But before then, it was just a song that I had, but I didn't really have the experience to really push it. But then when the life experience came and the song came together, then it was like, okay, now is the time to share it. So yeah, it's an amazing thing. It's something that I'm very grateful that I can use music to express how I feel.
Yeah, 100%. And even just touching on what you said about life experience, I think that's so important when it comes to music, because that's where you are able to have that connection with the audience and emotion and relay that through sound. So obviously we hear a lot of people just singing songs, but you may not feel emotively connected to it because it's not really from the soul. They've not really had that experience to feel that emotion and relay it through the music. So I know particularly for me, like music has really it has to be some form of connection. So you're right, I've had songs in my lyric book from when I was like 20. I'm now 30, well 31 soon, and I'm like, I need to finish that song actually, but it's it's manifesting something special.
You can't force it. You have to wait for that experience, as I said, to meet the song, and when they meet together, that's when it's like, oh, it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? So,
oh god, yeah. So tell me a little bit about because we was talking about your new song earlier on when we was on the phone call. What's it called? New Form, right?
Yeah, so the song's called New Form, and it's actually really special to me because, again, it's about what I was saying about the songwriting and experience. So I wrote this song years ago, and the beat was different, and then recently I thought, oh, I remembered the song, and I was like, oh, I'd love to put that out. But the producer, he was like, oh, he wants to revamp it, so he redone the beat. But also a special thing with that, again, to do with my condition, it's called neurosarcoidosis. I can't even say it properly. Okay. And actually the symbol of the condition is a butterfly. And I didn't even know that. And then I put two and two together. Like the song New Form is about transformation. And I used the metaphor of a butterfly in the song. And then when I realized that it was the same symbol for my condition, I was like, wow, that's... And now at this stage of my condition, I feel like I'm healing a lot more and I'm getting to that transition period. So it's like, it kind of, I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but it kind of just all like roots together and makes sense together. It's like I kind of like not preempted it, but I don't know, I just wrote it before I experienced it, and now that I've experienced it, it's like, oh, that song that I wrote makes sense. So that's why I want to put it out now. And yeah, it's a special song for me. It's just about, and especially also while we're in lockdown and quarantine. I know it's obviously because of the virus, and a lot of people are losing, you know, and they've had tough experiences with it. But at the same time, it's been a period where I think a lot of people have experienced their own personal growth and their own transformations for themselves. So I feel like the song and the message of the song is not only relevant for my condition, but relevant for everyone while we're all in this situation. So that's why, you know, I am looking forward to sharing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, because even, you know, I was saying this yesterday on the live to Leisha, that a lot of people are really stuck in what's happening now and put everything on hold. So they're kind of like, oh, well, I'll wait for this to happen and blow over and then I'll get back to normal. When in actual fact, you're exercising a temporary normal right now. And we're not going to go to how things were, because a lot has happened in this time. So looking at the new normal, which is kind of what I try to embed in the Power of Seven guide, is looking at how you can create new habits, be able to make new forms and new habits, and be able to formulate that in a regular, nourishing, nurturing manner that is all personalized, you know? What kind of tips could you give to someone that is in the brink of trying to create something new form or new normal for themselves in relation to that music?
I think it's all about just trying to create habits that are, but just doing, what's the word? A little at a time to build. I think sometimes people get pressure and they feel like I have to do so much. Like even, for example, this song, I've had it ready for a while actually, and I could have put it out. But sometimes you can't force things if it doesn't feel right. So it's about working towards things, but also trusting your instinct and what feels right with you. And I think as long as you can do that, and how do you trust your instinct? For me, you need to be in connection with your instinct, with who you are and what you believe in. And for me, the best way to do that is through prayer, meditation, listening to other things that can inspire you so that you can be in a clear headspace, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's what I'd advise, trying to stick to your intuition and just building little by little, day by day, towards your goal. And having a goal, obviously you need to have a goal first to do that. So have a goal, build slowly towards that goal and trust your instinct. And I think that's the best way that you can, you know, form those new habits and, you know, work towards your goals, really.
Definitely. And I always add that be gentle and be kind with yourself, because there will be slip-ups when trying to make a new habit. You know, the quote they say is, it takes 28 days to make a habit. But in all honesty, it's all about willpower, drive, determination, but also the vision that you have for yourself as well. Like, what does that goal look like? And when you start working towards that goal, what's the next goal? Because in all honesty, people stop or regress when they get to that goal and then they stop. About continuation. Practice makes perfect, in all honesty. Well,
and I think the greatest thing about growth is like there's no non-stop, it's forever. So you can always find something to do. Like, for example, like with singing, like you can never not learn a new way to sing or improve your voice. So I think that's what makes it special, because it's something you can always progress with. And as long as you have that in your head, you can always progress. You will always want to add more. And that's the exciting thing about life, and you can keep adding more to it and learning more from it. So. Yeah.
It's something that I said to my son yesterday, actually. So to him, from the time that you're able to be a great teacher, you'll always be a student of life. Yeah. So where you're able to give, you can learn as well. And learn. In all honesty, that's the best way, because you'll never be restricted to the fruits of life if you're closed off. You know, like, always remain open to new lessons, and that will make you the student. So yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. I think what you said, openness is so key, definitely.
Yeah,
Because a
and
lot of people can get restricted in their own way of thinking, and
mhm.
that just restricts them in life generally.
100%, 100%.
Mm.
So I'm gonna ask Miss Kemi, because I'm actually really itching to hear some of this goodness before we start wrapping up, because I don't want to be too conscious of the time, but let's
Yeah.
have a little bit of new form. So guys, I've asked Kemi if she was so gracefully give us a little snippet, a pre-release of her new song, New Form. So she's going to play this for us right now, live, and I know you're going to love it because it's Kemi.
Yes, I hope you do. I hope you do. I'm just gonna sing maybe up to the first chorus, so yeah, I hope you can hear it.
Guys, turn your volumes up.
Yeah, yeah. Hope you can hear me, yeah? I set out, closed away from the noise around. Though there's only so much I can hold, let me open up this heart of mine, heart of mine. I breathe slow as I breathe in. Where do I begin? Overwhelmed and finding myself. 'Cause deep down I know I can't win, because I'm growing, so change is coming. Like a butterfly, from the start of red light, knowing inside you can't deny those wings to fly. Hey, yeah.
Listen.
So that's it. I'll quickly say the chorus for you guys. Like a butterfly forms the start of a brand new life, knowing it's time. You can't deny those wings, they'll fly. Yeah. So when like a butterfly forms to start a brand new life, knowing it's time, you can't deny those wings, they'll fly. So when it's the right time for you, nothing can deny you. Your wings will come and you'll fly and you'll be a new form. So that's what the song's about.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love
Thank
it. I
you.
love the concept. I love the tone, everything, the beat. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely
Bless you.
beautiful. Do you know what? Actually, I just remembered. I've got a butterfly on my back, a tattoo on my back.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
In all honesty, when I got it, it was a releasing of myself and being able to unleash what was held up inside me, and it was like a constant reminder that I can be set free and I am free. So yeah, that song actually reminded me of that. So yes, thank you, sis.
Lovely. No worries, thank you.
Yes.
It's been beautiful, honestly.
It has. So what I'm gonna do. Go.
No, I was just gonna say on to the Power of Seven. Like, I can't wait for you to share that with people, because I think that's just gonna be such a beautiful kind of what you're saying about that process and transitioning back to, or not back to, or to this new form, to this new life that we're all gonna, have to get used to. And so I think the book you put together is amazing, and I'm excited for when you share it with everyone.
Thank you. And do you know what? I've been so quiet about it, trying to get all these lives together and everything. But the Power of Seven guide is actually out now. It's on my website, and the link is in my in my bio. I think the first tab there, so it will take you straight to the website. For the meantime, it is at a discounted rate. So I didn't say this. So it's at a discounted rate because it's my birthday on Sunday. Yes, Sunday. And for the meantime, it's at a discounted rate, and it's going to go up. And keeping on the theme of the Power of Seven, it's going to be £7. So right now it's for £4. You guys can go get it now. Super helpful. Honestly, I've had so much great feedback from it. So thank you, Kemi. I really appreciate that as well. And yeah, I just really hope it does help people propel themselves into a new normal, create new, well-needed, healthy habits that's positive, uplifting, and just nurturing for the soul. So yeah, I hope also with this music, your song, New Form, will be on someone's top 7 list in their power.
Okay.
All of that
Yeah.
today.
Oh, bless you.
So let's wrap up and just let people know, where can they find you, where you next performing, where can they see you next?
Do you know what? I'm actually performing on the 30th for an online festival. It's mainly it's all an all-woman lineup as well. They're mainly based in Canada, but yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I'm on the right time. So it might be a little bit late for the UK, but we're all at home, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that should be fun.
Yeah,
that should be fun. And you can connect with me with my website or my name, so Kemi Sulola on Instagram. And yeah, it'll be lovely to have you involved in the journey, and you know, when New Form is ready, to share with you guys and hopefully it inspires you. But yeah.
Yes, I'm sure you've seen her name tagged probably absolutely everywhere on my socials, so you will find it. If not, I'll tag her at the end as well. But Kemi, as always, Miss Beautiful Soul, it's always lovely to speak with you.
Thank you, same, beautiful soul. Honestly, this was lovely. As I called you earlier, I said I've had like a long day, so this has made me feel like so chilled now and really good. Yes, it's uplifted me, definitely, 100%. So thank you.
Lovely. All right, my darling, thank you so much. Everyone, you're going to be joining with me tomorrow. So tomorrow I have got the amazing Francesca Pingman, and we are going to be talking all about connection and the importance of connecting with people. Okay, so we're going to be back again 7 p.m. live on Plan Instagram. I hope to see you there. Okay, Kemi, thank you for being. Have a beautiful evening, sis.
Thank you so much, sis. You too.
Mwah.
Much love. Bye. Bye.
Bye.